The Vehicle Warehouse is the best solo business in GTA Online, and while the best money-making methods in GTA, like the casino heist for example, are meant to be done with friends, your friends aren't always going to be online, or maybe your friends don't even have GTA. But luckily, the Vehicle Warehouse comes very, very close to overtaking those other methods in terms of profit per hour. So today we're going to go over everything you need to know to make the most money possible with the Vehicle Warehouse in GTA Online. We've got the basics for the beginners as well as a few advanced tips in there as well for the players that already have some expensive, useful vehicles that can help you earn even more money faster. So if you find this video useful, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and make sure to subscribe for more stuff like this, and let's jump in. The Vehicle Warehouse is sort of frustrating in the sense that you can't just go out and buy it like some of the other businesses in the game. Before you can actually buy a Vehicle Warehouse, you need to buy a CEO office first. So to buy an office, go into your phone, go to Dynasty 8 Executive, and you'll see that you've got 4 offices there to choose from. And the downside to that is that they're all actually pretty expensive. There is a light at the end of the tunnel though, because the good thing about all of this is the location doesn't really make much of a difference, so you can just buy the cheapest one. And that cheapest one is over here on the left, and that's the Maze Bank West office. So go ahead and pick that one up for $1 million. You'll see that there's a lot of different customization options that you can get, but they're all just completely cosmetic. The gun locker and the safe are some of the most useless things in GTA Online. The only upgrade to the office that I would actually consider getting is the accommodation, because that's going to add a bed to the office so that you can actually spawn there. But that's not something that you're going to need right now, so if you're tight on money, probably just save that one for a bit later. Once you get to your office, go have a look around because it is one of the cooler looking properties in the game. Then when you're ready to buy a Vehicle Warehouse, go to your interaction menu, scroll down to Securo Serve and register as a CEO. You can only become a CEO once you actually have an office, and this is what's going to let you buy the Vehicle Warehouse. So once you've registered as a CEO, log on to your computer in your office, click Vehicle Warehouse, and you're going to see that there's a lot scattered around the city. Luckily, the cheapest warehouse here, which is the La Mesa warehouse, is $1.5 million, and it's actually in a pretty good location, so you can just go ahead and buy the cheapest one instead of spending up to over $1 million more for the most expensive one. Now, there's a lot of little things that you're going to need to know about the Vehicle Warehouse, but the general concept is that you go out, steal luxury vehicles, bring them back to your warehouse, mod them, and then sell them. That's the simplified version, so now let's get into the complicated version and how to actually operate the warehouse itself. The first thing you're going to need to know is how to actually source a vehicle. It's kind of strange that you can't source a vehicle from the computer in the actual Vehicle Warehouse, because that's where you resupply most of the businesses, but for this one, you actually have to go back to your CEO office, go on the computer there, click on Vehicle Cargo, and then start a source mission. That's the normal way to do it, and I said I was going to add some expert tips in here for people that have better vehicles. So the advanced way is, instead of going back to your CEO office, call your Terabyte to you if you have a Terabyte, go to the touchscreen, click on Vehicle Cargo again, and then you can just source it from there. This is going to save you a lot of time, so instead of driving or flying back to your office, you can just call your Terabyte to you. But if you don't have a Terabyte, just go back to your office, that's fine, it's just going to take a couple minutes longer. Once you start a source mission, you're going to have to go out and steal a luxury vehicle. There's 32 different possible vehicles that can spawn, and they can be broken up into 3 categories: standard range, mid-range, and top range. Obviously, top range is going to earn you the most money, but we'll get into all of that a little bit later when we talk about the selling. But for now, your goal is to go steal the vehicle and return it to your warehouse while taking as little damage as possible. Every time your vehicle gets damaged or shot at, it's actually going to cost you money, and you're going to have to pay to repair the vehicle once you get it back to your warehouse. Once you get the vehicle back to your warehouse, you can start another source mission by going back to your CEO office or calling your Terabyte to you. Just keep in mind that you are going to have to wait a few minutes before you can source another vehicle. So let's talk about selling now, and like I said, there's 3 different types of vehicles. You've got your top range, mid-range, and standard range. So how much can either of them earn you? Per sale, for a standard range vehicle, you can make up to $30,000. For a mid-range, you can make up to $50,000. And for a top range vehicle, for a single sale, you can make $80,000. So I don't think I need to explain. Top range is obviously the best. We want to get as many top range cars and sell them as we can. But how are we going to do that? Because it should be completely random as to which type of car we get, right? No. You can actually sort of game the system and trick the game into only allowing you to source top range cars. Here's how you do it. Like I said earlier, there's 32 different vehicles that you can source with your vehicle warehouse. 10 of them are standard range, 10 of them are mid-range, and 12 of those are top range vehicles. What's interesting about the vehicle warehouse is it's not actually going to allow you to source duplicates of vehicles until you have all 32 in your vehicle warehouse. So we can actually use that to our advantage to make a lot more money. And we're going to do that by never selling a standard or a mid-range vehicle. They're just going to sit in the vehicle warehouse and do nothing. So I think you might be able to see where I'm going with this now. If you've got all 10 standard range, you've got all 10 mid-range, and if you had 0 of the top range vehicles, keeping in mind that you're never going to be allowed to source a duplicate vehicle until you have all 32 in your warehouse. If we had 10 standard, 10 mid-range, and we do a source mission, what's it going to source? It's only going to source a top range vehicle. So that's how you do it. You just leave the 10 standard, the 10 mid-range in there, source a top range vehicle, sell a top range vehicle, source a top range vehicle, sell a top range vehicle. Just keep doing that over and over. And that's what makes this business so great for solo players, because every, handful of minutes, you're going to be able to sell a vehicle that can get you up to $80,000. So once you're ready to sell your top range vehicle, go to the computer in your vehicle warehouse this time and click on the vehicle that you want to sell. So you can see that there's 3 different people that we can sell it to. We can sell it to a private dealer and we're going to earn $40,000. We can sell it to a showroom dealer and earn $70,000, but we will need to pay $10,000 to modify the car. And then we can sell it to a specialist dealer for $100,000, but that's going to cost $20,000 to modify. So $100,000 to sell it, $20,000 to modify it, that's an $80,000 profit. So go ahead and sell that. You're going to have to do a few modifications like removing the tracker, changing the paint color, that sort of stuff. And then you're going to be put into a sell mission. These missions are pretty similar to the actual source missions, just instead of taking it to the warehouse, you're taking it to a buyer, which should always be the specialist dealer if you want to make the most money. So the same rules apply as the source mission. If you take damage, that's going to come off your paycheck. And again, just like the source missions, you've got a beginner way to do this and an advanced way to do it if you've got the right vehicles. The beginner and easy way to do it is to just drive it to the buyer. Try to make sure that you don't hit anything. Try to make sure that other players don't kill you. Because once you start that sell mission, everyone in the lobby is going to see that on their minimap. And your car is going to be flashing bright red on the minimap. And if you know anything about the GTA Online community, a lot of people are probably going to try and kill you. If you are really nervous about a player trying to kill you, you can always activate Ghost Organization through your CEO abilities. That's going to take you off the radar for 3 minutes, but it is going to cost you around $12,000, I believe. If that's still a bit too scary, of course, you can always glitch into a solo public lobby. If you don't know how to do that, I would look up a separate guide because there's a different way to do it for every platform. So deliver it to the buyer, get your money, and then do another source mission. So what's the advanced way to do this? Well, the way I like to sell my vehicles is I like to use my Cargobob. What's the best way to make sure that you don't run into any obstacles or pedestrians or civilians don't crash into you? Just fly over them. So you can call your Cargobob, just lift the car right over to the buyer. You're going to take 0 damage, it's super easy, and you keep all of your money. If you don't already own a Cargobob, it's kind of up to you if you want to buy one just for the vehicle warehouse, because the Cargobob is pretty expensive, and if you can't really see yourself grinding the vehicle warehouse for upwards of $10 million, I probably wouldn't recommend buying a Cargobob. Another thing I should mention as well is you can actually sell multiple vehicles at once if you have multiple people in your organization. Obviously, your friends that help you out aren't going to make anywhere near as much money as you are, but if you had 4 top range vehicles in your warehouse and you had 3 friends that wanted to help you, you may as well sell them all at the same time and make $400,000 at once. If you did decide to do that, I would absolutely, 100% recommend glitching into a solo public lobby, or at least using Ghost Organization, because when anyone in the lobby sees 4 flashing red cars on their minimap, they're probably gonna go after you and try and kill you. It's just unfortunately what GTA Online is like. So I think that pretty much sums it up. It's a lot to take in at first, but once you understand how the warehouse actually works, it's a pretty simple business. So hopefully that helped you out. This is absolutely the best solo business in the game. And while it does cost a lot of money to get a CEO office and a vehicle warehouse, it's worth it if you plan on playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto. If you have any more questions or you need people to play with in GTA Online, join our Discord server. We've got 36,000 helpful people in there now. I'm in there pretty much every day and I'm up for a chat as well. So head over there, consider subscribing to this channel as well for more stuff like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Favorite color, money green. Paper. I've been on my grind since I was in the